Hello everybody, my name is JustJarrod. Welcome back to another video. I think I'm just going to have some background gameplay in the background of this video, but we need to talk, okay? Now, what we need to talk about is a little touchy. It's a little touchy subject that I keep hearing stuff about like this subject, and I just keep thinking I need to make a video about this. The only reason I haven't yet is because I know I will just ramble on for days and days and days about this topic. And that topic is why No Man's Sky is important. Why No Man's Sky is what it is, why it's amazing, and why I really dislike people criticizing the game. Like I know I'm open to criticism on my channel. I'm open to criticism in anything. But why, when people criticize this game, it just irks me. And the reason being is because, like, recently it announced, right? They announced that it would be $60. $60 for No Man's Sky, full price of a AAA game. And the reason why people do not like that is because they don't know what makes it a game. Now, recent footage showed more gameplay, where it's an actual game and whatnot. But there's still people out there who do not understand why it's $60, because it's an indie game. It should be $30 to $40. And I'm here to just talk. This might be a little rant-like, but I just have to get this stuff off my mind because they're not a greedy company. Like, no, I don't know Hello Games personally. I really don't. But just listening to Sean Murray and just the team at Hello Games talk about No Man's Sky, I could tell that they're just really passionate about making a game that's not like any other game. Right? When I talk about No Man's Sky, I hate saying that it's a game because I don't want it to be a game, right? I want it to be an experience, just like Sean Murray wants it to be an experience. They don't want it to be a game necessarily. Even if it was just exploring nothing else, but exploring what other people will never see, was amazing to me. That's why I got interested into this game. A little backstory on me. Games that are my favorite, things I look for in games are replayability and never seeing the same thing twice. That's what I love. I love seeing things and doing things that other people don't do or can't do or will never do. Just games where anything can happen and every time you play it's different. That's what I love about games, and it's so hard to find a game like that. That's why, I was into different games that are kind of like that. I'm not going to really name off any examples just because that could take a while. But that's what I'm into in a game, even if No Man's Sky had nothing else but exploring, naming, and seeing things that nobody else would see. It would be worth $60 to me, because that's an experience that I have been longing for in a game where you could just, or an experience, sorry, where you can just walk around and get lost in the wilderness, the sounds of the game, the weather of the game, the atmosphere of the game, the scale of the game, just to get lost in a game like that. I'm going to keep calling it a game just because it's easier to say it like that. But I really feel like this is an experience that people can't miss out on. I know people are angry that there's no multiplayer. And there will be no multiplayer unless it's added in the future. But Sean Murray says they don't want to do DLC. If they do anything in the future, it'll be free. So there could be multiplayer, but I doubt there will be. I don't want multiplayer. I know other people do, but I want the experience of it being different than everything out there. Everything out there has like a layout, like a blueprint of what it is. Like Call of Duty will never change. Call of Duty is always going to be the same basis. Assassin's Creed, never change. Always the same basis. What else do we have to name here? Fallout, not really going to change, same basis. Everything has its blueprint that it goes by, and that's because they make money that way, so they're going to keep doing it that way. And Sean Murray talks about this in an article or a couple articles, but their game is so different. To have a fully procedurally generated game that will never end, where nobody will ever discover every single thing or even 1% of the game, is just amazing in itself. They're the first studio to ever do that. Like, this is the staple, I believe, of gaming. Like, if you can imagine a procedurally generated storyline in an RPG, like, it would never end. You would have a different story. Every playthrough would be different. None of this, multiple endings, quote unquote, multiple endings. Big whoop. If it's procedurally generated, you have infinite endings. If you have procedurally generated loot in games, you don't have to worry about worrying about finding every piece of loot in Diablo. And that's why I think this game just needs appropriate recognition, because of the small team at Hello Games who have put all this effort into making this amazing, surreal experience of No Man's Sky. Because it's just so mind-blowing what they do, and I know it's mind-blowing to people because when I talk to people in real life about the fact that 18 quintillion planets that are procedurally generated, no memory on the disk, planet-sized planets where when you see it, it's being generated for the first time, and you can walk weeks and weeks and weeks on that planet without finding every single thing, and our living sun on Earth will burn out before everything is discovered in that game. They are literally blown away, and I know for a fact, and this is, I don't know if you can tell I'm passionate about this game, but I know for a fact that people are bewildered and just shocked by what this game is and what it's going to be and what I know it's going to be. I know there's a lot of hype, and I know there's a lot of false hype, possibly, but that's the media for you. False hype is going to come, it's going to go. You know, games are hyped up all the time. Watch Dogs, hyped up all the time. Did it live up? No, it didn't. A lot of games do that. But what I'm saying is, No Man's Sky is an exploration game that is procedurally generated. We know when we get the game on June 21st, okay, we are going to be able to fly to a planet, explore it for as long as we want, name anything we want, fly away to another planet and do the same thing every day for the rest of our lives if we choose to. That is okay with me. If that is the full game, I will pay $100 for that game, because that is the experience that I've been waiting for in a game that I can play and never stop playing. I'm tired of getting into storyline games that just end and then that's it, and you have to wait 3 or 4 years for the next one. You know, and it's not, I'm not trying to insult every game out there. This is just such a new experience that nobody has witnessed, and you can relate this game to other space games that I've never played, and I know there's similarities, but there's so many more differences. This game, just how it looks, how it feels, just being able to walk around and just immerse yourself into this living world that has a living, breathing economy and just creatures and weather systems and all this that goes into it, not even talking about the alien languages, the NPCs and the trading and the center of the universe, and just wiping that all away. Just the experience of being in the moment, seeing a place that nobody else in the world has ever seen, even though it's in a game, is just so mind-blowing to me, and I cannot wait for that. And that is why I think this game is the staple. This is like a staple game of the future. This is going to be such a good game, such a good experience, you know, to witness. That's why growing this channel that I just feel so passionately about, I really feel that there is a strong community out there towards this game who doesn't care about the fact that there may or may not be much to do in this game. Why do you need things to do? You know, there's games that you don't do anything. You know, what, you have The Witness, right? I played The Witness. All you do is stare at a screen and solve puzzles and walk. That's really it. What, Journey? This game is, No Man's Sky has been related to Journey in many ways. All you really do in Journey is just explore and walk around. I haven't played much of it, so I could be a little off. But there's games where you don't do anything, and you just look at the graphics, and you just immerse yourself in the world. Why does there have to be a do in a game? Why does there have to be so many missions or like places that you have to go? Why does there have to be a story that you have to follow? Why would you want to have a story that you have to follow? In No Man's Sky, you can create your own story. You just have to be a little creative, right? There's lore in the game, but you have to find out the lore. And once you find out this lore, you'll feel a sense of just like realism, because you aren't told directly the lore. You're not told directly what the story is. You're finding it out for yourself. That just makes it so much more entertaining, I think, for me. And the whole The whole thing is like my hobby, the only hobby I have really now is playing video games, watching movies, which isn't really a hobby, it's just I guess it's a hobby, and making YouTube videos about games. Now, when I go to a movie, I sit at the front, the very front of the theater, no matter what, because I don't want to see other people. I don't want to see other real people in the movies. This is a little off topic, but it'll make sense in the long run. I don't want to see other people in the movies. I want it to just be me. I like going to the movies alone. I am kind of a loner. That's alright. But I don't want to see other people. And the reason being is because I want this movie that I'm going to see to feel real. I want to, for 2 hours, I want to think this movie is real. Because watching a movie and playing video games is an escape for me. It's an escape from the world. You know, it's an escape to a better place, like a more interesting world to me. And to a lot of other people. I play video games and I watch movies for an escape. If I'm sitting at the movie theater and I sit in the back and I see people getting up and walking across, I know for a fact, that it's not real. It takes me right out of the instance, the illusion that a movie is real if somebody were to walk in front of me. I want, and I really try and just think about all the stuff being real, just being lost in a game, in a movie, because it's an escape for me from, a place that maybe I don't fit in, or maybe this is an example for other people. Maybe people don't fit in and they want to get lost or escape into technology, just into these immersive worlds, and that's what Hello Games with No Man's Sky is doing, because this world is huge. A game where you don't have to be just beaten with the fact that you need to get a better score than somebody else or whatever. No multiplayer in this game is just amazing, because I know when this game launches with no multiplayer, they are gonna make money. And I don't think they're in it to make money. Sean Murray talks about how this is a game he wished he had as a child. And I went to school for video game design at first. I dropped out, but I had lists and lists and papers written of games and game ideas that I wanted to make, and my big thing was, what I told people all the time was, I wanted to make games that I wanted in my childhood, that I didn't have, that I couldn't experience. And that didn't work out because I dropped out of college, but that's besides the point. That is he can't be in it for money. If they were in it for money, right away they would throw a multiplayer right in the game, because that's the selling point at this generation. Everybody wants a multiplayer. Everybody wants to play against somebody else. Everybody wants to be better than the next person, to have a higher score than the next person, to have the coolest stuff than the next person, the best loot than the next person, the best stats than the next person, the best score than the next person. People want to be the best at video games. That's the reason, multiplayer is so big. When I play Call of Duty, I want to get the top of the leaderboard. I don't want to be the bottom. Yeah, I want to have fun, but it's awesome when I'm at the top of the leaderboard. When I play Madden, I want to win. I want to have an awesome play, because they're awesome. I want to have amazing things in the game that the other person next to me doesn't have or can't do. When I play Fallout even, I want to find the best loot in that game. I want to find the best spiked baseball bat in that game, okay, that the other person doesn't have. When I play games like Destiny, I want to find the secrets in the game first, which this is a little different because I guess No Man's Sky will have secrets in it. But when I play Destiny, I want to get the best loot, find out the best secrets in the game before anybody else does. That is just what drives people. They want to be the first or be the best. And in this game, in No Man's Sky, there won't be that. With no multiplayer, there's not going to be people who only care about being the best. This community that's going to be built around this game is going to be amazing, because there's not going to be people who just play games to be better than others. There's going to be people who just want to live in the moment, live in the game, and just take it all in for what it is. And what it is an experience, not a game. This game is going to be amazing. an amazing experience for anybody and everybody who plays it. And this was just me just getting it out there, out of my head, because I think about this all the time. Just the experience that this game is going to be, and the people that don't realize it, or maybe still do not care about what I say or what other people think, which is totally fine with them. I'm not trying to change people's minds. I'm just trying to show people what I think about this game, why I'm making a channel about it, how passionate I am about what this game is to be, and how much I wish people would show that respect towards Hello Games that they deserve for making this experience. You know, with 10 people in their studio, 10 people made the largest, soon to be largest game in history, versus hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who work on games like Assassin's Creed. 10 people made this game, and I know they're working hard over there at Hello Games, but they really need recognition for what they're doing, because I feel strongly that no matter what's in this game, it's going to be an amazing experience for just people who want to fall in love with a game that you can walk around and just immerse and see all these different things, the different colors, the different creatures, just the ambientness of it. The ambientness, I don't know if that's a word, of the game, because the music is procedural, everything is procedural, and this will make for amazing stories to tell people about what you saw, what you heard, what you felt, what story you came up with, because everything is endless. You can share experiences with people forever, because you will never hear the same experience twice. That's why this game, to me, is an experience, okay? I just wanted to get that out there, because I need to do a video on this, just because I just have so much passion about this game, and I just want people to have that passion as well and share it with me. Man, so like I said, $60, not a problem. $100, not a problem. This game, I will get lost in this game, and I won't have a problem with it. I've always looked for a game where I could just play and play and play and play and play, and never do everything, and never see everything, and always be open to limitless possibilities. You know, and sharing stories with people about games is one of my favorite things. That's why this community is going to be such a great, if I could build a community here, or just find a community, the No Man's Sky, who shares this passion that I have for this game, for this experience that I cannot utterly wait for. So here's the June 21st, and I'll see you guys in another video. My name has been JustJarrod. Leave comments in below if you want. You know, criticize me if you want, agree with me if you want. This was just out of my mind. I had to say it. Thank you guys for watching. My name has been JustJarrod, aka the No Man's Sky guy, and I will see you guys in another video. Peace out.